Alright, this is a weekly love reading for Aries. I can start off with the channeled messages. You're moving away from a difficult situation. There could have been flash flooding in your area, or you're moving away from a emotional situation. So, either or. It is hurricane season, so you know. It's a bit of both. And then there's creating emotional restrictions, maintaining balance through those situations. So, so depending on what you're going through, it could be on one extreme or the other extreme, where you're not going back to an old situation or an old flame, or there's a lot of emotion through a personal part of your life. Okay? So, let's get into the reading with the first card, which is it's representing the love theme. So it's kind of like the weekly readings, but it's with love instead. So we have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is staying in a bad relationship and fear of being alone. So you might be one of these people that doesn't want to be alone. You kind of want to be with somebody, so in case whatever happens, you kind of have some support to some degree. Then we have the love challenge of the week. So we have the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is, let's see, moving on from a relationship, reconciling after a fight, holiday romance, or recovery after a long time, or leaving the past behind. So this could be like a relationship that you've been in for a while, or it might have been like one of the better relationships. I don't want to say that in a bad way, but it's like maybe you've had like some weird relationships where like people have cheated on you, or there was like third party situations, and with this person there's no third party situations. It's kind of stagnant, but at the same time it's comfortable. So there's that. Anyway, let's get into your lesson that you're going to learn this week in this love relationship. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is caring and supportive nature that brings suitors, deepening of existing relationships, parenthood, sensitivity, empath, compassion, family relationships, and a demanding behavior. So it's either you or somebody else. I think somebody else. But there's something in your life that is very demanding. Maybe you have kids, maybe you have other responsibilities, maybe you're having your family over to meet your person that you're with. So it could be a lot to get ready for. Also, your person's lesson that you're with, it's going to be the Moon in reverse. So there's deception, there's fear, and paranoia regarding love. So they're probably like, I want to move on, or this relationship's getting too serious. It's kind of getting into their comfort zone. They could have a very limited comfort zone where they just want to be like working and then come home and that's about it. They don't want to get like too technical or too in the point of being in a committed relationship. Okay, so you know, there's a lot going on here. So number 5. Number 5 is growth zone. Growth zone is like kind of where this relationship is headed, or you know, wiggle room if you need to. So it's the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is being more active in love, new understandings of love. So it could be that you stay in this relationship and it actually gets to that level of thinking about the relationship. Or you move on and it becomes, you know, kind of like a friendship or an acquaintance. But it depends on what you want out of a relationship. If it kind of coincides with what your partner wants and you, then it might be a good relationship. And it's just that you wanted a relationship that was comfortable that didn't have any, like, you know, hard stuff to go through. You didn't want drama. This person, no drama. But it also is really stagnant. So it's like, if you like stagnant, then fine. If you like somebody who's kind of, you know, just really low energy, then that's fine too. But it's kind of getting in touch with what you want, what your person wants. And I believe having your family kind of intervene on your behalf might actually help a little bit to find out where you're at in your relationship, because I feel like you don't really go into detail about your relationship, and you might not know how to define it as a relationship. So there's a lot going on here. So there's number 6 with sex and romance. So it could be either or. I don't think it's gonna be too, like, sexy, but it might. We have justice. Okay, justice is romantic efforts rewarded, compromise, treating partner fairly. Behavior in past relationships impacts the present one. There's karma, responsibility for an emotional situation. And you could be moving away from an emotional situation too. So, depending on how you see this relationship, it could have been more like a security blanket, is kind of how it's coming through. But as far as this relationship goes, I believe it was like a ex relationship that maybe they had different interests in you, and it's kind of like you go back and forth. It's, you find something admirable about them because they kind of don't want too much, but at the same time, there's not enough to allow you to stay. They probably don't want to be committed. They probably don't want to get married. They probably don't want too much of anything. They're just very simple people with simple needs, you know, and maybe you want more, and they're kind of like, you're not going to get it with me. And they've probably told you that on several occasions. Like, I see you as a friend. I don't see you as long-term goals. I see you as, like, until I find the next person. And that could be very shocking to you, and you might actually reconsider your relationship. On the other hand, this person might just want to be with somebody so that they're not alone as well. And so it's kind of like, long-term goals don't really apply. It's like whatever happens, happens. And, you know, they're not ready to do, like, oh, I'm a father of this, or I'm a mother of this, or whatever. It's mostly like, I'm with you for emotional reasons, not because I'm in love with you. I'm in like with you, which is kind of different. So it's on a friendly level. It's not really like a best friend level, it's on a friendly level. So it could be more of what I'm translating it as an associate level. Like, this is kind of like a spot holder. It's not a permanent fixture, you know, because if you were a permanent fixture, most times guys will be like, oh, if you get away, I'm gonna be, like, really bummed out because I'm gonna be jealous, I'm gonna be pissed off, I'm gonna react because of certain issues. But if it's kind of like not a big issue, they're not gonna really be too bummed out about it. It's mostly an emotional thing, so they don't look, you know, single, or, you know, whatever the case. So it's interesting, but you are moving away from this energy, because you want something more deeper and long term. So you're probably gonna find somebody, or you're gonna be talking to some people, and you know, it's kind of like pulling you in the direction of leaving this relationship behind. So it could just be like you're growing up out of this energy of not wanting to be alone. You want to be loved. You want to be in a relationship that fulfills you, and you know, that's not bad. It's just grown up energy, you know. Anyway, Aries, hopefully this helped you out in some way, shape, or form. This is kind of new, kind of exciting. It's called the Week of Love reading, so I don't know where I found this, but it's pretty fantastic. But yeah, with your relationship, I would just kind of test the waters and see what's out there. You might actually meet your person that you're going to be with long term that is going to be able to give you that commitment outside of this relationship that you're currently in, alright? And it might come with different things and lessons and emotional things, but it's so that you grow into the person you need to be. Because I feel like you've been playing it safe for a long time. So there's going to be a lot going on here. Anyway, hopefully this helps you out to some degree. I will see you in the next reading, alright? Later.